Hi everyone, I'm Shira and I'm here with Lee, Zsuzsi, Kim, and Taris. We are 5 friends, speakers, and professionals from different cultures, backgrounds, and age groups coming together to offer healing and inspiration. Today, we're continuing with our favorite things series, where we'll share some of the things that we love, from our self-care practices to creative expressions that resonate with us, to even our favorite foods. And while we're sharing, take the time to reflect on what brings you joy. Today, we're going to hear from Zsuzsi. Z, are you ready to take us on your journey?
Oh, yeah. All right. I don't think this will be a surprise to anybody, but I'll start with food as well, because we're all foodies here. And I've introduced you guys to this brand and this snack. It is tiger nuts, which is not something that actually most people know about. It's technically not a nut either. It's a prebiotic spore. And what you do is you actually soak these for 24 hours and then let them dry out. Otherwise, if you just eat them out of the bag, they taste really weird when you don't soak them. But they can be these like very crunchy with like a hint of sweet. And so my daily practice is that I get up, I make my smoothie, I make my coffee, and once I'm on coffee, I have like a little thing of nuts. And this is just like a way to start the day, sort of preparing my digestive system for food. And I've tried every probiotic on the market, like wanting to have a healthy gut, wanting to have regular digestion, all of that stuff. And I don't want to say nothing ever worked, because I think taking a probiotic is very important, especially for women, but this has just made such a difference for me. And I didn't even really trust that it would, honestly, because I've tried so many things, but it's definitely made a huge, huge impact.
Wait, Z, I'm curious. What is the genesis of that? What is the base? What is it?
Well, so we talk about probiotics all the time, but this is a prebiotic, and I'm sure the nutritionists in the room could tell you way more about what that actually means. I just know that it works for me. That's the only thing that I.
Does it affect you in a way that you go more regularly? You feel like you're cleaning out your gut more, right?
Yeah, and I think the marker of that is not feeling bloated, not feeling like puffy when I wake up in the morning. It's just like a calming for my system, which is like what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm not actually asking that. I'm asking, like, you said it's not a nut, but like, what is it? What food group is it?
I mean, I haven't done too much research about it, but it's like a small root vegetable.
Oh, okay.
Not very common, but what they say is that the reason it's a superfood, and the reason why these are so great is because it was one of like caveman's original diet. So like, when you're talking about eating whole foods and like going more basic, this is like a really good place to start. And it's a great snack too. Like if you take it with you on the road, it's very filling. And they don't coat it in salt or flavoring or anything like that. It tastes delicious on its own.
Thanks for sharing.
I know a lot of you have tried it. So, by the way, these can be very expensive at the grocery store. It can be like up to $14 a bag, which is a little nuts as far as I'm concerned. Haha, nuts, funny.
Nuts.
But I get mine on Thrive Market, and the brand is Organic Gemini. So it's like literally half the price if you buy it online, and I buy like 20 bags at a time. So
Wow.
And I think on Thrive you have to buy 20 bags at a time, don't you?
They actually cap you at 20 bags.
There you go.
Oh my God. And I'm actually trying to look it up right now just to get a little bit more of a description, but continue going.
Anyway, so that is something that is, part of the last probably year of my life that I've incorporated that, and I love it. Moving right along, I love that you shared a book that really had a huge impact on you, Shira. I'm not going to share my screen, but we'll put it in the show notes. And I actually think I got this book from Kim, or this recommendation from Kim. It is called The Soul of Money, and it is by a lovely woman named Lynn Twist. And the foundation of this book is that this woman used to raise money, or is, I think, continuing to raise money for nonprofits all over the world, including the Hunger Project. And she came from a very affluent family and realized that she really needed to give back to her community. And so she started raising money, not knowing where it was going to lead her, but she's basically worked with some of the most impoverished people in the world to some of the richest people in the whole world, and everything in between, including like tribes in the Amazon who don't even know what money is. And she did this over the course of 30 years and sort of came up with like a formula for what money is. And that's what this book is all about. And I don't think there's any one way to like solve your issues with money, or any one mantra that can help you figure it out. I think it's an amalgamation of a lot of things. But it really helped me see money in a very, very different way. And it opened my eyes up to how dysfunctional my viewpoint on money was for a long time. So it's just a beautiful book. She tells great stories too of different people she's met, including Mother Teresa, including some of the wealthiest people in the actual world, and what she's learned from all of those experiences. So highly, highly recommend this book. I've recommended it to so many different people. Kim, I know you listened to it as an ebook and that it had a profound effect on you too. So that's
I
a really...
love that, Dee. I also just wanted to say that when you take hot buttons, like money is such a hot button for people because people don't know how to talk about it. It could be awkward. It's like shame. It's like, I don't have enough and I have to get more, and just all of that stuff. But when you take yourself out of it, I love that you said that when you see it from a different perspective, because that's absolutely happened to me. And I think we've had conversations about relationships with money. And when you do sort of take yourself out of whatever brain format your brain thinks about money and look at it from a different angle, it really opens up like a whole new world.
Yeah, and I just, you're right, Zsuzsi, I love that that's one of your favorite things, because I remember listening to that, and it did have a profound effect on me. It really shifted my perspective and made me look at money as more energy, and an energy of love, because I never looked at like love behind the topic of money. But when I read her book, it's like there was so much love behind everything she did in order to raise money. And I mean, there was one small example in there about how a person was wanting to give her like a $50,000 donation, and she actually like wouldn't accept it because it wasn't coming from a place of love. So it was just, there's such, it's so amazing. I'm glad you shared that.
Wow.
Well, and you know, our culture is so entrenched in money that in a way it's not even a book about money. It's a book about like society and, you know, being genuine and, you know, a really amazing reminder that we are all connected on this very profound level. So yeah, I mean, it's a book about money, but it's not a book about money. You know what I mean? Which is why I think that it had such an incredible, it imprinted on me.
Yeah.
Very few books have done that in such an amazing way. But that sort of actually leads to my next favorite thing, and none of you will be surprised about this, because one of the categories that we talked about was a practice. And my favorite practice is human design. Obviously.
Really?
Yes, So, I mean, it all sort of comes together, sort of full circle between health and spirituality and, you know, self-love and all of these things. It's a lifestyle. It's something that I've taken on, and I thought about like all of my favorite products and things like that, that like, this will help me keep my skin glowing and all of these things. But like truly the healthiest thing that I've ever done for myself to have glowing skin and to have the body that I want is to really dig into this system, because it is all encompassing. It's not like trying to solve one thing or another. It is your whole life. It's how you make decisions. It's how you allow people to be in your life. It's how you treat your body on like every single level. And I've never been more clear-headed. I've never been this thin without really trying. I've never felt this good on a consistent basis. And, you know, my teacher, who I started with 2.5 years ago, really recognized something in me that I couldn't see in myself at the time. And so I feel that my confidence and my trust in myself is the biggest gift that I've gotten. And he jokes with me all the time that, yeah, it takes a long time to integrate this into your life. It's about a 7-year deconditioning process. And he goes, it hasn't even started yet. You're not even at the starting point yet. You're just shedding a lot of stuff that didn't belong to you. And so I don't know, I can't wait to see what the rest of this journey is going to be about, but I know I'm excited.
That's amazing.
See, I know you're going to help a lot of people with that.
Yeah. And I think you're so on with, you know, nothing externally is really going to change us. Things might make us happy, you know, different foods and beauty products, but it all really needs to stem from the inside. So I love that.
Thank you. Which oddly enough sort of leads me to my next keepsake, and I'm going to take a little cue from Shira as well, because this photo of my mom is a keepsake that I've had with me for quite some time. Let me try to zoom in on this.
Wait, angle it down a little bit because there's a glare.
Yeah.
It's black and white.
Yeah.
Keep it a little closer. Wow. Oh, that's such a cute
Let's see that
picture.
photo.
So this is a portrait of my mom from when she was about 20, 21 years old. And I've had this portrait in this frame since I was in college. And it was always on my bedside. And we were having a party once, and people that I didn't know too well were in my room, and somebody goes, how vain do you have to be to have a picture of yourself on your bedside table?
That's so funny, because I was going to say, it looks like you when you were young.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That's amazing.
I feel like the reason why this is a good lead in is because obviously I love my mom. And human design has really helped our relationship, and it's like the deepest it's ever been. I talk to her every single day. I couldn't go a day without talking to her. But she's actually also really into human design. And I know a lot of people who, you know, didn't get the support of their families when they were entering into, you know, these sort of spiritual practices. But my mom set a really strong foundation for between meditation and, you know, astrology and all sorts of things that she brought into our lives when we were young. And so I don't think that I could have put all of my trust into something like this in a way that I have without that foundation and then that support. And, you know, she supports everything I do. Hi, Mom. I'm sure she'll be watching this. And so I just really, big shout out to her, because I definitely could not do this without her. And being able to talk to her about it has been such a pivotal part of my growth process. And that's, you know, I know it's invaluable. I can already tell that it's invaluable. So sometimes it's hindsight, but I can tell in the moment.
Usually you're very lucky.
Yes, I know that I'm very lucky. And you know, she's a very special, very different kind of human. Some of you have met my mom. We had planned before the pandemic for all of us to get together and meet her, and I look forward to the day that you all do.
Oh, we do too.
She is definitely, I've met her, and she is one special soul.
Yes, definitely. And then last but not least, I have 2 keepsakes. So this is really kind of funny and strange, and I wanted to do something different to wrap it up. But my final keepsakes are my tattoos. So as you guys know, I have quite a lot of ink on different parts of my body, and every single one of them is a memory. And it reminds me of a time in my life, even if I don't necessarily like love the tattoo anymore, or it's not even that I don't love the tattoo, it's just that that time has passed. Like this little arrow I got the weekend after I got married to my husband, because we had little arrows on our invitations. So I wanted there to be like a symbol of our wedding, and we're no longer together, but that was, you know, 7 years ago. And I look back at that with fondness. And then, you know, this summer I was in Martha's Vineyard, and I had a lovely young woman just do a freehand stick and poke tattoo for me. And it's her own artwork. It's very intuitive. And so, you know, I'll always remember like that time in my life, in terms of like the people I was meeting, the person I was when I got it. And so I sort of cherished them in a way. And it's funny because I remember that even when I first started getting tattoos, it was kind of like, all right, well, you're not going to be able to have like corporate jobs and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm just like, why would I ever want that? Like, I already knew I wasn't going to participate in society the way that, you know, some people expect you to, but I don't think that they're looked at as this super rebellious act anymore. And so I've seen the progression of the way that they're viewed in our culture, and I really appreciate that it's no longer like, you can't ever be successful, like you've ruined your life with these tattoos. Like,
yeah, but Zsuzsi, you also kind of like set the stage for yourself, if you think about it. Like you are who you are first by doing this, and then that leads to no corporate jobs for me, you know? So it's like you're creating your own destiny, which is,
And that doesn't really
very cool.
stand anymore, I don't think. People
yeah,
are
who says you couldn't have a corporate job now with tattoos? It's like,
Yeah.
it's a silly notion.
It's almost
Yeah.
like anything goes these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
well,
You know, it's funny because when I got my first tattoo, I got my actually my second tattoo, I got it right here because I was like, it has to be covered. I work in corporate America. It has to be covered with my watch at all times. But now it's like they're everywhere. And I think it's really beautiful, Z, that like you have each one that's like a remembrance of something. So I think, I don't know, it's like beautiful art on your body.
Yeah.
meaningful. Well, I have to say, Zsuzsi, you never cease to amaze. And so happy that you shared some of your favorite things with us. And I think this is a great place to wrap. If you love our conversations, please click like and subscribe to our channel. Tell a friend, spread the word, and let us know if you have any comments or questions, or if there's a topic you would like to see us cover. We will see you all soon. And in the meantime, stay safe and stay healthy.
Bye now.